might be pretty long, Chrome. Sorry, I guess, because there's kind of a lot to unpack here. All right, so Max released this video. Now that Max said it, free to play has become a topic and it matters, right? Woo, popular person said it. I've been saying it forever. People threw my shit out the window. Woo, big person said it. This is no discredit to Max. Max is a great person. Shout outs to them. They've worked their ass off to get where they are. But it truly goes to show, if someone popular doesn't say it, it doesn't matter. And to further prove my statement, Sonic Fox said 21's worse than GT Goku, and people were like, oh my god, Sonic Fox said it, has to be true. No, you, Jones. Bleep that out, Chrome or Grayfish. But you, Drones, suck my ass. Bleep that out too. Anyways, let's watch Max's video, but first let's watch the clip. Alright, I'm sorry.
Crossing every single finger, chat. I'm crossing everything. This is my new pose. This is my new pose.
Thank you, Max.
I'm gonna cross everything.
Okay.
This is my new pose that I hope it's
Game
free to
crossing
play, has
eyes.
rollback netcode, and has crossplay. Wish it into the ether.
Thank you, Max.
It goes.
I've been saying this forever.
That's what we have to do. Everyone has to assume the pose, and then the copium pose. No gang signs.
No, that's the copium pose. So let's watch Max. I haven't seen this, so this is new to me too. And look, I have all my receipts ready. I have a notepad, right, that I wrote up for this, right? I came prepared, and I don't even feel like I'm fully prepared. All right, let's watch what Max says, and then we'll go down. Well, I want to see his perspective, and then we'll break it down and go down into it.
This isn't 2001, 2002 anymore.
Yeah.
Where you specifically
So I already feel like Max is good. I was gonna talk about older games and shit like that, but it already sounds like Max is gonna cover it for me. Thank you, Max.
Tekken 5, Third Strike, CVS 2, Marvel 2, and maybe Smash Brothers Melee. That'll actually have larger communities that'll last a long time. The only reason those communities were around and grew over time
What up, Joseph?
is because they had no options, motherfucker. Like, they literally...
Yeah, that's very true, right? It's all you had at the time. You know, it's not like you could survive in that climate without having like great funding,
had
right?
nothing else. What is the situation now? You have a ton of options. You have a shit ton of options. You have so many games to choose from.
And none of them are good in a casual perspective, except like Smash, Brawlhalla. That's it. The Smash and Brawlhalla, man. That's it, brother. Everything else sucks in the eyes of the casual. And if you don't think so, you're on massive cockium. No, not the casual. What casual is still playing Strive? What casual is still playing like
really well,
bro?
And all have a decent amount of people playing. I'd honestly argue, because perspective can be skewed, there's probably way more people playing now in any individual fighting game that has had like a relatively large audience at the start than any of those games in like the mid 2000s when SRK was big, when all of those fighting games were huge. If you are like, oh man, but what, there's nobody playing it though. Oh, you can go find people to play it. They're gonna whoop your ass though, and I get it.
Yeah, yeah. That's another thing. There's with fighting games, there's no, after like a year, the entry barrier is so difficult, right? Because just sidebar real quick, there's so many people not playing fighting games, right? So if you pick up a fighting game, even like a month after it comes out, 2 months after it comes out, the scene, it's like it already lost half of its people playing the game at that point. It's only going to lose another half in the next couple months, right? So the entry barrier is huge in fighting games, right? There's like not much you could really do to fix that with current fighting games. No matter how accessible you make it, there's always going to be something going on, right? Either people stop playing the game and only the sweats are left, or the game could be difficult, right? It's one of the two.
I get it. It's nice playing people that are around your skill level. Unless you have a game that is like so insanely appealing to everyone. And, oh, you know what? I have the solution for you. Unless your fighting game is free to play, will you actually get some of that? Will your audience stay around? Most fighting games are going to result in the same problem. Or until there's like big sales or like expansions or reasons to go back and check out an old thing because a new thing is really cool. That's just the nature of things. People get excited about
The nature of the
But
beast.
there's always the barrier, right? You have to pull out your wallet and spend money. If you didn't have to do that and shit was just free and you just fire it up and try it, well, of course you're going to find people. That game will always have a huge amount of people playing. Chat, I have a question. How much does Brawlhalla cost to play? It's free. Free to play.
Thank you, Max. I'm gonna bring this up too. This is the perfect example, right? And I'm gonna explain why.
I'm shocked. I'm shocked that it has like average of like 8,000 to 10,000 people playing it on Steam or some shit every day. And that's just on Steam. And it has good netcode. And it's free. If the pieces aren't lining up here, then I don't know what to tell you, man. You are truly, truly clouded by hate. Why audiences go down for fighting games and why are fighting games only popular for 3 months at the start now and that's it? Big reason. It's free to play,
what is he doing?
Code and has crossplay.
I can't even.
This shit into the ether goes. That's what we have to do. Everyone has to assume the pose.
DNF Duel is going to be a $60 game, bro. I don't know what to tell you. I'm looking at you right now. DNF Duel, they're going to slap a $60 price tag on it. They're going to be like, here's arcade, here's rollback, here's a half-baked story. Good luck. We don't even know what you know what? I got this in my notes. We're going to go into this later. I got this in my notes.
And then the copium post, no gang signs.
So yes, thank you, Max. You pretty much touched up on a couple things I was going to talk about, right? Or older fighting games, whatever. Now I don't have to talk about that. But basically, you know, if it's an old fighting game, you're going to get your ass kicked because the entry barrier is just way too massive. All right. Okay, so should fighting games be free to play? Yes. 1,000,000 times. Yes. Okay. All right. I wrote this down, dude. And I'm still going to watch this anyway. Reason being is fighting games nowadays don't offer a $60 price tag. Or a $4 price tag. Honestly, compared to other games with that same price tag, what do they offer? Maybe like a half-baked story mode, you know, arcade, a couple of pictures here and there, right? And online and shitty netcode. Like, what do you get realistically, right? There's just absolutely no content in most fighting games for the casual audience. There's nothing. Maybe you'll get some combo trials that are kind of cool, that don't really teach you the game. The fighting games themselves don't actually teach you how to play. Some of them have been working on that, right? Like Strive. Shouts to them. Taught you a couple things, right? Taught you a little bit about the game mechanics. But even then, there's just stuff that there's the more minute things that you don't get taught. Like in Dragon Ball. Doesn't teach you how to empty vanish. Doesn't teach you that you can cancel stuff in Spark, right? Like, there's so many things the game doesn't teach you. Okay, it's missing out on important details. It's not accessible to the casual audience. Stuff happens to them, they don't get it, they get mad, they stop playing. Sure, we have rollback now, right, which is a great step in the right direction, but we don't even have crossplay, right? It's like rollback, crossplay, two things your game needs to survive. Okay, that's not even including the free-to-play aspect of things, all right? That's like the bare minimum is rollback and free-to-play. And no shitty ports, because, like, you know, the ports have been really bad for fighting games on PC for some reason, even though fighting games are better on PC. But hey, what do I know? I'm just a content creator. What do you think, chat? Nah, DBFZ did 60 right because of the fact that it's Dragon Ball. No, that's not a reason. It's not an excuse. That's like saying an artist can make shitty music, but it should sell a bajillion copies because they made one good song. No, the game's just a throwback and no new content slapping on their old price tag, which is actually insane to me. Fighting game devs say they care, but do they really? Spoilers. No, they don't. Not most of them, anyway. Next big fighting game is DNF Duel, but we know nothing that the game has to offer to casuals or like just the main player base. It comes out in 2 months. Okay, 2. 1, 2. All right. We know nothing about the game. We know it has rollback. Cool. Fighting game devs are like, oh, give them rollback. Oh, they want rollback. Give them rollback. That's all we'll tell them. It has rollback. Featuring Dante from Devil May Cry with rollback. What is that gonna do for me in the long run when people stop playing the game? The casuals are gonna be, if you have any casuals that pick up the game, because nobody knows what DNF Duel is out here in the States, in NA. People are like, what is DNF Duel? What is this game? I've never heard anything about it. I didn't know what the hell DNF Duel was. I didn't know what Grand Blue was until those games came out. But rollback! It's like they think rollback is this magic buzzword that's gonna have everybody buy your game. No, it's a start. So it's crossplay. Right? But why would people pay $60 for a shitty port right? For a game with no player base, right? It's not very accessible to casuals, even though they're trying to make it more accessible, you know? Rollback at this point is just a marketing tool. Exactly, but that's not enough. It's crazy how easy it is to see the general opinion on the internet, yet they don't even consider it, dude. Yes. Alright. Anyways, right, they're not thinking of the longevity of their game. They're just thinking cash in, cash out. And then the game fails and they're like, what happened? They make a second one, it doesn't sell. What happened? Gee, Willikers, golly, Batman, I wonder what happened. Alright? Right, the ranking system is awful in most fighting games. I actually don't know one fighting game that has a good ranking system. Yeah, no, fighting games don't have a good ranking system. And ranking systems matter to people. Look at Apex. Look at League. If you're like into what, top 100 masters or whatever, sponsors are gonna be like, I want him. You know, freaking sponsors will be like, you could be a content creator for me. The opportunities you get for being a top 100 player in League. You're top 100 in a fighting game? Go kick rocks, kid. Get out of here. It doesn't matter. It doesn't mean anything if you're a top 100 player in a fighting game. No one cares. You have to be online at least. Offline, you have to be like a top 20 player for people to care about you. Apex rank is ass, but I'm saying it means something, Pazzy. Apex ranking ain't the best, but it's not the worst. It's like mid. Fighting games aren't even the worst, right? We're below that. I thought Guilty Gear Strive had a good ranking system. No, it doesn't. You reach Celestial and then what? What happens after you reach Celestial? What happens? You reach Celestial and then what? There's no reason to go back to ranked. There's literally no reason to go back to ranked. Like what? Okay, I reached Celestial. And then what? At least in Apex, when you reach Masters or Pred or Diamond, you get a cool little dive trail, right? Maybe you get some other cosmetic stuff. I don't know. I don't usually play ranked. But you get something, right? That looks sick and everybody's like, oh my god. In Strive, you get a little aura, but people aren't like, oh my god. It's like, oh, cool. You, out of 100 people, right? Or out of 10 people, you're one of the top 10 people. I don't think the ranking is not the problem. It's a reward for grinding into the top. Exactly. You don't get anything for grinding. That's the point I'm making. League, top 100 players get sponsorships, they become content creators, whatever, blah, blah, blah. You know, they get views on their stream, right? You know, top 10, top 20 Apex Predators. They get views, right? Their stream blows up. Whatever. You know, all for you to play, by the way. You're top 1 in a fighting game online. No one cares. Woo. You got 9,999,999 points. Pat yourself on the back. You don't even get a gold sticker. Anyways, the only fighting game that I could think of in recent history that actually did something for the casuals was MK11. Alright? With the crib system they had, it was pretty cool. Okay. It gave the casual player a reason to keep playing the game. If you went into the crib system, it gave you the feeling of going on an adventure, right? The mystery of figuring things out, unlocking items, solving puzzles, right? Like, I looked this vid up. Man has 1.5 million views on a crypt guide, right? Man shows you how to do everything, right? How to unlock costumes, items, accessories, whatever, right? Boom, you just got a skin, right? You didn't even have to pay real money. It's tight. You got a win pose. That's sick. That's tight. You go around unlocking shit and you get shit. It makes it immersive. It gives the casual a reason to keep playing. Where you at, fighting games? Where you at, fighting games? There's summer around here. Man, like, you may not like Mortal Kombat. I don't enjoy the game, but I can't refute the fact that they know how to appeal to the casuals. This is a $60 fighting game right here. I know nothing, right, out of the story, but I know People love that shit. People buy the game for the story. They buy the stuff. They buy the game for the casual appeal. You know, that game only gets supported for like 2 years and then they make another one. But whatever. Those 2 years, people will have a blast. Imagine they made a crit for DBFZ and you have to go find stuff with a dragon rider. Right? That would have been sick. The MK do feel like a complete package instead of a port. Exactly, dude. Like, they know what they're doing. NRS, perfect example of what a $60 game should look like, right? And I think they've been doing rollback for a bit now, right? Yeah, I actually like MK a lot, but this is part of the game. I hate is all the dumbass customization options being monetized. Well, I mean, I guess you could say in this aspect it was monetized because you have to go to the crypt or whatever. Right? Anyways, point being is, great idea. Bunch of shit you can do in Mortal Kombat. Whether you love it or hate it, you can't refute the fact that they give the casuals, and not even the casuals, but the competitors, right? The sweats, a reason to keep playing. Yeah, just unlocking costumes is such a thing to grind for, and it's cool. They did it in an interesting way. You're walking around in this abandoned crypt, right? Figuring out these puzzles, doing all this shit, and then you have to go into like the tower or whatever. Do 50. Damn, that's a lot. Jesus Christ. Anyways, let's look at the boomer opinion, dude. The awful opinion that is Jayuna. Alright. Every time the free-to-play fighting game discussion comes up, people immediately bring up Brawlhalla as proof that it works. If this game paid you to play it, I still wouldn't touch it. That's sick. But who asked? I didn't. Did you? Did you? Did you over there in the back? Yes. Eating ass. Did you ask? No? Sick. Alright. Thank you. No one asked. You can disagree with the visual aspect. You can disagree with the way the game plays, right? You can disagree with everything. But the one thing you can't disagree with is the numbers it pulls. It's proven the free-to-play formula. If you grab every fighting game and add their numbers up, right, it still won't be more than Brawlhalla. That's crazy, right? It's still not more than Brawlhalla. This is an awful take. Look at this, right? That's crazy. I can't even imagine what these numbers look like if you add the console numbers. Look at this trailer, bro. Fighting games could never.
Brawlhalla, Esports Year 7.
Brawlhalla could
$1
never.
million will be awarded.
Brawlhalla popping up. Fighting games could never. It's a proven formula. It speaks for itself. Look at this prize pool, right? Man, look at the trailer. It could be for over $1 million. Fighting games could never. To bring this back a little bit to Jayuna's problems with the game, right? Oh, you know. Alright, we get it. You have your boomer take, whatever. Right? Now, imagine the same effort was put into a AAA title. You know? Oh, shit. You don't have to imagine that because Multiverses is on the way. And the good news is that it will be completely free to play. Multiverses will feature 1v1, 2v2, and 4-player free-for-all battles on stages inspired after the game's characters, such as the Batcave and Jake and Finn's Tree Fort. This game is gonna pop off. I've heard nothing bad about this game. Well, that's not true. The only bad thing I heard about this game was people got tired of hearing the voice lines over and over and over, which isn't even a big issue, right? But this game's free to play. It has a bunch of characters people know and love. It's a AAA title, right? Warner Bros. Is working on this shit in part with Interactive Entertainment. Like, this is just gonna further prove the free-to-play model. The free-to-play formula is the way to go for fighting games. You have all these iconic characters that people have known about for decades, right? Free-to-play, man. It's the future, and I've been saying this for years. All it took was somebody big and popular to make it a big deal, right? For the casual fighting game community to be like, oh my god, you might be spitting. I don't know shit, Sherlock. Of course he's spitting. Man, and by the way, I forgot to bring this up about the ports, right? But like, this is a shitty port of like a decade-old game that they implemented rollback to later. I forgot to touch on this subject actually. So real quick, shitty ported version of the game. There's no added content onto it, right? They give you an update that was already out, right? For $30. Talk about a scam and a half. Free. $20 for all characters? You're telling me it costs 20? Wait, hold on. What are these deals? Free to play. Unlock all current and future legends with a Brawlhalla All Legends pack. You're telling me for $20, 555, the price of 3 Little Caesars large pizzas and tax, I can have every character in the game and every character that will be in the game. I gotta look at something. Season 1 pass, $30. Character passes, individual characters, $7. You're telling me for the price of 2 Strive characters, I can get every single character in Brawlhalla and every character that will ever be in a game that's just getting more and more popular. Wanna know something great, Cloud? You can free to play farm all the legends for free. I mean, yeah, I would imagine that would have to be there. With more free to play games coming out, non-free to play fighting games are going to be left in the dust, especially when Project L comes out, Multiverses comes out, and they set a new standard to the broader fighting game audience. People are going to be like, why would I ever pay this much for a game I'm thinking about trying? I'm even questioning about buying DNF Duel for $60, but I don't even know anything that the game has. It doesn't have crossplay, right? Maybe they'll add it in the future, you know. I don't know what else the game has for me, right? The ranking system probably isn't going to be that great. The lobby system is like a decade and a half old, you know? It's very old. It's very outdated. Who knows, man? I don't even know what y'all think, because Japanese fighting game devs need to catch up, man. I'll leave it at that. Japanese fighting games need to catch up. Straight up. Catch y'all in the next video, man.